Welcome back to Frostpunk. First off, thank you so much for all of the positive comments on the very first video in this new playthrough series. Today, we are continuing onwards after starting up a new save game in the previous episode. So here we are back in our beautiful little settlement. Now, it's not much just yet, but we are slowly building it up. At the very least, everyone is reasonably content. You know, my discontent bar is only halfway full and people have a little bit of hope. So it's not absolutely awful. Also, only a single person died so far, so you know. I'm doing a great job. Anyways, one of the final decisions that I needed to make in the previous episode, I had a hard time making the call, and I figured I'm gonna go ahead and ask you guys in the previous video to go ahead and comment down below which of the two options you want me to go for. I have the option to go for the cemetery. We will establish a burial ground so we can lay our dead to rest with dignity and respect, which, you know, is all things considered not a terrible option. Or I could go for the corpse disposal. Now hear me out. I actually was leaning towards the corpse disposal, and I made the assumption that pretty much everyone would say I should go for the cemetery, but it turns out pretty much every single one of you also thinks that I should go with the corpse disposal because it gives us access to organ transplants a little bit later, and if I pick cemetery, we're not gonna have that option. So initially people are probably not gonna like this one very much. We'll keep dead bodies out of the heat zone and cover them with snow. The cold will halt their decay. We have a new building called the Snow Pit. There is no risk of disease from unburied bodies, and bodies are preserved for potential future use. Now, that potential future use, we're probably not going to get it for another little while longer, but, you know, at the very least for now, we have a way of getting rid of corpses. My hope bar immediately goes down. Not ideal. Anyways, let's go ahead and construct a snow pit. Now, I did put down... where did I put down the beacon again? The beacon is over here, right? Yeah. So the beacon is one of the last structures that I got to make as well. I think I want to put my, my corpse disposal close to the beacon, just because I think it makes a bunch of sense. Both of them obviously don't require any heating, and I think... Actually, am I not blocking? Hold up. Let me actually go ahead and put it as put it somewhere else. I'm not sure if I'm blocking this little square. I don't really want to do that, obviously. So let me go ahead and put it right over there instead. So obviously that's gonna allow us to bury dead people, prevent them from spreading disease here for the time being. But you know what? I'm actually not in a terrible spot. Now I really do need to get that beacon up and running though. So let's go ahead and unpause. And let's see how this is gonna go. Apparently, actually, there's something going on. The dangers of the cold. Frostbite. Or frostbite, rather. One of our people has become gravely ill due to frostbite. This will keep happening if people have to work in such cold. I see. I see. So, that is quite unfortunate. Actually, a lot of people are now once again unemployed because of the fact that apparently they finished gathering a bunch of the steel. I'll go ahead and assign a few people over there, and yeah, slowly but surely everyone's gonna gather all of this stuff, right? So the thing is, it's currently minus 40, right? The temperature dropped quite significantly. Now I am getting the research here as well for heaters, but as it is right now, everyone is basically freezing their ass off, which is not ideal. People are getting pissed. Child injured at work. A child got distracted at work and has been injured. The accident was not serious and happened entirely due to the child's carelessness. I can give the kid a day off, or I can scold the kid for being... No. You know, I can be a bad guy, but at the very least I could still be, you know, a decent human being. You know what I mean? So yeah, the cookhouse is apparently inoperative because of the fact that it's too cold. It's very chilly over there. Now, I could go ahead and research Steam level 2. This is, by the way, where I'm gonna have to freestyle a lot more. I felt pretty confident in my decisions in the first episode. Right now, though, we're gonna have to make, you know, some harsh decisions. Alrighty. Beacon is under construction. I'm gonna have to assign quite a few people over there. Heaters are gonna finish up their research in just a bit. But look, everyone is already going back to work. Looks like we are fine here for the time being. Heaters have been researched. So this is nice. So what I can go ahead and now do, if I'm not mistaken, is turn on the heater on every single one of these individual buildings. So if I click on this little overlay screen right here, we can see where it's very cold and where people are getting seriously ill. I want to make sure that at the very least the cookhouse is going to be heated up. Obviously, by the way, this cold is only going to last for a little while. Temperature will go back up in just a bit. The gathering post is very cold as well. We don't really want to have that happen. Now, obviously, turning all of these things on, right, it's going to consume a lot more coal. So I have to be careful. I think chili is fine, right? Chili will probably be okay. Yeah, I think we're okay there. Alright, so hopefully that's gonna, at the very least, make it so that people won't get all too ill. Alright, next up, we have to start, I think, getting more of our exploration out. I think scouts are gonna be absolutely critical. Basically, scouts, by the way, I haven't really used them yet, obviously, in this game. But I can send out parties of 5 workers out onto the map to start scouting for additional resources and additional people. One of the things that I found out during my very first playthrough on the easier difficulties is that this is extremely valuable. I never really bothered with more scouts, but I do think it's actually a really good option. I think for now we can probably get away with all of this stuff, although faster gathering would be quite nice as well. Hunter's gear would also not be bad. Maybe we should go ahead and get that first, so they will return more food. Yeah, you know what? Let's get that one first. But I do want to make sure that I tech up to like the second tier here in just a little bit. Alright, so the one kid apparently now has got the permanent day off, I guess. He no longer has to worry about that. Anyway, we don't even need to have that many kids working, by the way, because there's not even enough raw food here to produce it all 24/7. Alright, Beacon, are you finished yet? Cold homes. Captain, some of our people are concerned about the low temperature. They quite sensibly point out it's easy to fall ill when it's cold. I will not address this issue right now. I'm sorry, guys. But, I mean, all things considered, I feel like you're not in a terrible, terrible spot. Right? It's chilly. That's alright. Now, I can, by the way, overdrive my generator. Which will be pretty good. However, if I overdrive it right now, everything is gonna get really warm. People are gonna be really happy and all that. Like, look, discontent immediately goes down. But the issue is that once it's like fully overcharged and the generator is too stressed, if it gets to 100%, I lose the game. So I don't really want to overcharge the generator all too often. I believe there's no real downside to using it though, so we might have to use it every once in a while. We could actually just turn it on right now, we just have to not forget about it. Is it actually gonna cost me more coal right now? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. The wisdom of the crowd. Captain, when facing demands, remember this. People usually look for the quickest solution and not the best one. You don't have to agree to everything they ask for. If you could fix the problem your way, it's fine. That is one of the things that I definitely wanna keep in mind. Because I have a tendency to try and be nice to everyone, but one of the things that I learned is that usually that's not really a thing we can do. Beacon has been built. From now on, our people will be able to survey the icy barrens that surround us. Alright. Here we go. Not only does it look pretty, it's very functional. Man, the game really is pretty though. Isn't this a cool concept though of RTS games? Right? I haven't really seen anything like this before. It's such a cool apocalyptic kind of scenario, right? But anyways, so I can go ahead and send now scouting parties out to the world. Numerous tents, we can see people moving about. They must be the lost members of our expedition. There's also the observatory. This peculiar building must be the Arctic Observatory, the Royal Society built to investigate the eternal winter. There's smoke over there. So basically I can go ahead and just send my scouts all over the world and they're gonna be able to get resources and people and whatnot back as well. For now though, I'm gonna have to assign some people to the beacon. I need to get some scouts in there, so I believe I will need to get a couple of workers out of their workshops, I guess. Snow pit has also been established. Good. I'm gonna go ahead and remove some workers over here, and we'll put them in the beacon to create a scouting party. So there we go. Now we have 5 workers dedicated to scouting around. I think our first expedition is gonna go directly to the people from our convoy. Takes 11 hours for them to arrive. Obviously, we're gonna have to manage that. Now, one thing that we do have to keep in mind is that they will bring back a whole bunch of people. And with that, obviously, I also have to be careful of the fact that these people need, they need, you know, houses, they need food, they need a lot of things. People cheer as the giant observation balloon soars above the city. This is a real feat. Everyone feels proud of the work they've done to make it happen. Volunteers have lined up, eager to go looking for our lost people in the Frostland. The woman who came forward earlier is among them. We needed a win. Alright. Looks like we're alright. Looks like we're good. Now this is where the game becomes really tricky though, because there's a lot of different ways we can approach this. I am not entirely sure where my technology tree should go, but I do think that we're not in a terrible spot so far. I don't have a lot of wood. I'm actually a little worried about that. There is still some steel wreckages. There's a lot of frozen trees. Is there still any wood that people can just simply pick up? Any boxes? I don't see any boxes that they can loot. So yeah, that is one thing that we do have to keep in mind. You know what? I'm gonna put some kids to work over here as well. That sounds terrible. It is pretty awful, but I do think that we need to start gathering everything a little bit quicker. Yeah. I do think that's the correct option. Now keep in mind, the generator is still in overdrive. I want to turn that off, probably in the morning. I can't really afford having it, you know, for all too long. There we go. The kids are going to work. I'm sorry, kids. Desperate times ask for desperate measures. Actually, these are not the kids. I was gonna say, those look like adults. No, these are the hunters. Okay, I was gonna say, it's pretty early in the morning to go to work already. Alright. So these are gonna arrive in just a little bit. 4 people are getting ill, but... Oh, one of our people died? On day 5 of our arrival, one of our people died. He died of a lack of treatment. David Wright. Was that the one who was gravely injured? Yeah. I'm afraid that was the one who was gravely injured. I didn't have a proper way of treating him yet. There's ups and downs, but we're alive. Let's keep it that way. Margaret, always positive. Margaret is always fine. Whoa, did she just... say, oh man, she said words that profanity in my video. I'm gonna be demonetized before the end of this. No, I'm kidding. All right. So we're getting more food income. I think that's gonna be very important. I'm trying to decide here where my next research should be. Honestly, judging by the fact that I have very little, yeah, I've got very little income right now for my wood in particular. I'm a little bit worried. A mother has refused to let her daughter go to work, afraid she'll get injured. We could look the other way for this time, but others might see it as unfair. So this is where my first task as captain of this city will be a really important one, right? I need to make an example. We will not make an exception. I'm sorry. No exceptions in my town. She's not gonna like that. But before you know it, everyone's not gonna want to work anymore. Alright. So the corpse disposal law has been signed. We actually have a lot of different options available right now. Extra rations for the ill. Overcrowding. We cannot cure the gravely ill, but at least we can keep them alive. We won't risk dangerous amputations with this radical treatment. See, the thing is, keeping them alive, it sounds terrible, right? But it's a little bit risky as well. I'm not entirely sure if organ transplants works together with anything else. We could use the body parts of our deceased to save lives and accelerate healing. This way, the dead can continue contributing to the city, or to the survival of our city. The sick recover faster. No. So, I can go ahead and use this. There's even organic fertilizer. I don't think I've ever actually played corpse disposal before. At the very least, not organic fertilizer. I don't have a lot of sick people though, so I think for now we're probably fine. We have a few different options though. Radical treatment will treat everything, or will try everything to cure the gravely ill, from invasive surgery to amputations. After introducing this law, another one can be passed after 18 hours. 30% of the gravely ill treated in a medical post will be left as amputees. So there's a care house here if I go with sustain life, and there is extra rations for the ill and overcrowding. if I go for radical treatment? I don't know. I'm kind of actually leaning to go for radical treatment. Because I know that I'm gonna get a lot of people here. It's gonna be very busy. Sustained life is not a bad option either, though. But I do think that, yeah, they will mostly just become a burden. They will take up beds in the medical post, and I don't have enough people. Could go for a care house later on. You know what? I'm gonna go with radical treatment. I'm sorry. Desperate times ask for desperate measures. Radical treatment. We'll try everything to cure the gravely ill, from invasive surgery to amputations. So 30% of them will not be all too happy with me. Hope went up and discontent as well at the same time. At least we'll be saving some lives. See? Arnold at the very least is positive. I like the way that Arnold thinks. Good work, Arnold. Hey, Arnold! Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Ba-ba-ba-bo. Alright. I think I do want to get my, my tree harvesting going here in just a bit. We're gonna have to clean that all up anyway. This gathering post is still gathering some of... Oh, there's actually still some wood crates over here. They're still gathering. Yeah, it's actually fine. Alright, so we're still getting some lumber income, just not a lot. Right, and this one is gonna run out in just a little bit. The scouts have reached the Lost Expedition. The rest of our people made camp here. Too exhausted to go on. We should escort them to the city. We enter the camp, appearing out of the driving snow. A choir of excited voices welcome us. Thank God you found us. We had been wandering for days until we couldn't go on for any longer. Soon, we'd begin to starve. Children and adults surround us, packed and ready to go. There's also 2 more sites that I apparently discovered here. So I can escort them back to the city. Scouts will set out towards our city and bring the survivors quickly and safely with them. Or we can have the survivors get towards the city on their own, and it will take longer and some of them may die. Now, once upon a time, I may have made a terrible decision, and I know a lot of you brought that up as well. Once upon a time, I made the terrible decision when I was out pretty far from my home base, where I gave some kids a map and I pointed them in the right direction. I still feel genuinely bad for that. I've been guilt-tripped many times by many viewers for that one moment where I thought it was still the smartest choice. I'm gonna go ahead and escort the survivors to the city. Definitely the best option. Definitely the best option. By the way, I really need to go ahead and turn this one off soon. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off right now. Sorry, everyone's gonna get a little cold again, but hopefully that's gonna make, you know, a decent base now. Steel wreckage was depleted as well, yeah. We're gonna run out of lumber and a lot of these resources pretty quickly. There's still some coal over here. I don't actually think it's a bad idea for me to maybe get a gathering post over here. So we can start gathering this coal in just a second as well. There we go. So I'm once again planning on removing all of these gathering posts a little while later. So for example, is this one still gathering anything? It is not. So we're gonna go ahead and dismantle it. And with that, I'm also actually gonna dismantle these roads over here, because I have no use for keeping this one around. Is this thing doing anything? Nope, it's also not doing anything. So let's go ahead and dismantle that road as well. Okay, very good. Any other structures that are not doing anything? No, this one is still gathering something. I also still have a whole bunch of people here hanging out. Let's send some workers over there. And I still have some idle. Yeah, I've got 4 engineers and 10 workers doing nothing. You guys can go ahead and work on these wooden crates as well. Should be okay, right? There we go. Just cleaning up my base. Just cleaning up my base. Making sure that everyone at the very least is doing something. Alrighty. So soon I want to get the research going for ourselves to start gathering these frozen trees over here. In order to do so, I need to get one of the researches done in a technology tree. A woman in despair. A woman is sitting in the snow pit, holding her dead husband's hand, crying her heart out. Perhaps you should have agreed to give people proper burials after all. Well, I considered it, but like all of YouTube disagreed with me, okay? Make an exception and bury him? No. I did what I had to do. Man, I have to be careful that this like hope bar doesn't go too low. Need to be very careful with that. Alright, so Hunter's gear is gonna finish up. There we go. Scouts number 1 have returned safely to the city. You can disband the scouts at the beacon or send them back into the Frostland. We're gonna do so in just a second. First off though, before we assign all of these new people, I need to make sure that I get myself a way of gathering more resources. I don't necessarily know if I need the coal thumper, but I do think the sawmill would be very helpful. So this is going to be a pretty short research, and what that allows me to do is get rid of all of those frozen trees that are nearby. So let's go ahead and grab that. But here we go! The survivors have arrived. People from our convoy. It's heartwarming to see families reunited after so many hardships. But shouldn't there be other settlements nearby? The first expeditions left London long ago. They ought to be well established by now. They'll surely help us find our footing. We'll start looking for the others. Alright. So our people are slowly reuniting, right? That's good. We can go ahead and send scouts over in several directions to a gloomy cave or to a sturdy shelter. I guess I'm gonna go for the gloomy cave for now. There's a dark cave entrance visible on the hillside. We think we saw a faint wisp of smoke coming from it, but it's gone now. Alright, very good. Now I do have 39 idle people all of a sudden, right? That's what I mean. I really need to get some more places where people can work. Our people found a trail leading into the wilderness. We should follow it. We must find other people, and yeah. Alright, so I think the first thing we need to do is start up another one of those workshops. Getting another workshop started is super helpful because it allows me to get my research done faster. Which for obvious reasons is very helpful. I've got 9 engineers currently chilling. I'm gonna go ahead and get some more of those workshops. There we go. That should speed up the process here quite quickly. Obviously, by the way, these people will need houses as well, right? I'm gonna get one more hunter's hut here too, because I do think we're gonna need at least a little bit more of that. So I can assign more people to work over there. Very good. And I'm also gonna go ahead and start producing more tents. Currently, 33 people are homeless. Not really what we want to do. I do still have room right here, but I think I'm gonna leave that for a medical post. So instead, I'm gonna build it as like second layer. I'm out of wood right now, though. That's really quite bad. Are there still any resources that people can gather? Okay. Sorry, guys, but you're gonna have to start working over here. There's still a coal pile over here. It's just not very efficient, I guess. I wish I could go for like a gathering post, but I really don't have enough lumber to really pull that kind of thing off. Any other easy resources here to grab? Pretty sure all of it has been gathered already, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. We currently have 0 food available here as well. That's not amazing. Believe it or not. We do have still some food rations though, but they will go up very, very quickly. Or they will go down rather very, very quickly. Yeah, the engineers are gonna get to work very shortly. That's all fine and dandy. But I need to make sure that I get this technology research done as soon as possible. Workshop people, by the way, are always gonna work very long hours. This is just kind of the nature of the trade, okay? You can become a researcher, and that's cool, but 45 hungry people? Yeah, look at my food rations going down super rapidly. It's not good, guys. Can we finish these up before these guys leave? No, I don't think so. Alright. Engineers? By the way, I need to get one idle, or I need to get one of my engineers. Yeah, let's go ahead and put some, well, I guess the kids over there. Sorry, kids. But let's go ahead and assign some more engineers, just like that. They're gonna have to work long days as well. Discontent will go up. Gotta be careful there, Loco. Don't want to have that all too high. And there we do have another hunter's hut as well. I don't know if they're gonna go to work immediately, but they definitely will be getting started here shortly. All right. Created a nice little circle right there, connecting the different areas. And with those tents, I think we should be okay. Hopefully. Now, currently, by the way, we have 0 food. It's still -40. It's very cold. People are gonna get pissed off. I'm gonna turn overdrive on again, so hopefully there will not be all too many people getting super, you know, super sick. I kind of want to get another one of those medical posts as well, if I can. Alright. Now, the law for the radical treatment has been signed. I can go ahead and, actually, oh wait, we can get both. We can even still get the care house. The gravely ill and amputees will be cared for at low cost in special homes. Oh. Alright, that's not bad, actually. I didn't think I was going to be able to get that split off right there, but that's not bad at all. We have overcrowding. Our medical facility should be utilized fully, even if you have to put patients on the floor. The capacity of medical facilities is doubled. Using extra capacity will cause discontent. Discontent will rise slightly. Or we get extra rations for the ill. I cannot afford extra rations right now. Let's go ahead and pick up the organ transplants. We could use the body parts of our deceased to save lives and accelerate healing. This way the dead can continue contributing to the survival of our city. Alright, this is gonna be a pretty long one though. 1 day and 12 hours. Making use of the useless? Who would object to that? There you go. Rudolph is an organ donor. This is a bit of a controversial subject, I suppose, but... Alright, so far so good. We can assign more people over here too, by the way. I should definitely go ahead and do that. That's the gathering post. I'm actually gonna... Are people gathering over here at all? No, this coal pile is completely pointless. I don't really want to put any engineers on there, though, if I don't have to. I'm actually gonna remove the kids from that area and get them started over there. We have 1 worker and then 9 children, okay? They have 1 supervisor. That way, we prevent them from making any grave errors. We'll turn on the heater as well, because I don't want people to get ill, ideally. Believe it or not, I'm not that terrible. He says while having a lot of kids work very hard right here at the coal pile. Alright. Next course of action is gonna be the medical post. Also, by the way, my tree right here, or the technology tree rather, will continue onwards here in just a little bit. Charlie, where are you going? Charlie is alone in this world. Oh my god, Charlie. Charlie! Alan is also alone in this world. Everyone's just alone. God, I'm so tired. Every day it's the same grind, but we've got to keep going. Let's make it through the day. Maybe tomorrow, things will be better. Alright, so very shortly, after this day, temperature will drop again by 1 level. That's cool. Alright, wood crates have been depleted. It's pretty shitty. It's gonna make life a whole lot trickier for us. Actually, no. These are, by the way, workers. I think I said that those were the children working there earlier, but that's not the case. By the way, our coal is also running pretty low here. Okay, there's no more resources that can be gathered over there, so I may as well go ahead and destroy that one. And the cookhouse also has nothing to do. You know what? I can actually just assign less people to work there in the first place. Because there's not enough food here to go by anyway. Do you reckon I need another one of these hunters' huts? Or do you think this is gonna be enough? I'm not sure. Obviously, I did get my my upgrade already for additional food to be returned every time they go out. It's probably okay, but look, 6 people are starving. That's terrible. Alright, well, the sawmill has been researched. At the very least, we can go ahead and make one of those. Does this thing actually need a lot of heat? That's kind of the main issue right now. Base heating level 1. Yeah, they do need quite a bit of heat. This is a pretty sweet spot over here, though, right? I can put it over here, but it would destroy resources. We don't really want to do that, obviously. Okay, I think this is the perfect spot. There we go. Let's go ahead and assign a street. Or rather, put a sawmill up. Gotta increase the time that these people work as well significantly. But it's gonna give us a lot more lumber income. Very helpful. I can turn on the heating there too. Don't have enough wood though. It actually requires wood in order to create a sawmill. What if I wouldn't have any wood? I've got issues getting wood, guys. Wait, no, I didn't say that. This cave is or was inhabited. There are a number of footprints leading to its entrance. We should check if there's someone alive up there. We can hear terrified shrieks from a cave uphill. When we came closer, several polar bears turned towards us, blocking the entrance. There are people trapped inside, and those beasts are picking them off one by one. Let the beasts alone, or risk attacking the bears. People in the cave will live. Scouts will escort them to the city if they survive. I really do need my scouts. However, that is 18 engineers. Extremely valuable. I mean, not to say that people are a resource. I would never say such a thing. That's terrible, Loco. Oh man, the Emperor army is coming out already. We are gonna risk attacking the bears. I don't know what the chances are. Please don't kill my dudes. When our scouts attacked the bears, the people in the cave joined them, and together they drove the beast away. Then they all set course towards the city. Okay, good, good. More engineers coming up shortly. Speaking of engineers, we need to get another research going for them. Well, if I can't afford anything, at the very least. Do you think I need the coal thumper? I'm not sure. There's a lot of coal mining that I can get if I go to tier 2 here. Steelworks is also pretty helpful, because I'm gonna need more steel the longer that this goes on. I feel like I need to go up to tier 2 though. That does cost me 50 lumber once again, so we'll go ahead and wait for just a little bit. By the way, we really don't have enough food. I need lumber for everything. I'm gonna go ahead and get a second sawmill. I need to get another sawmill. Okay, let's go. People need to get to work there. By the way, currently my engineers are not doing anything. This kind of sucks. Double rations for the... No, we can't... No! What a terrible idea. Double rations of no rations still equals 0 rations, okay? Yeah, people are immediately eating up everything. I mean, that's to be expected, I suppose. Alright, so at the very least, we're gonna get some people going there. I'm gonna have to do an emergency shift. Discontent is gonna go up immediately. Actually, let's reassign some people over here. Okay. Alright. Ideally, I'd get these guys to start working there. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the overdrive because we are very close. Oh man, the discontent bar is super high though. It's not great. More sick beds needed. Alright, I will build another medical post. I can't forget about that, by the way. If I forget about it, you can see this little quest thingy pop up in the bottom left-hand corner. If I forget about that, I'm in a terrible spot. Cannot do that. Okay, first off, we're gonna make another sawmill. Gotta be careful, though, with where I put this thing down, right? Ideally, we gather as much as we can. Okay, I think that's a good spot. Let's go ahead and, Oh, I can't even afford the street to get there. It's really bad. Yo, come on, give me some lumber. They are doing something over there, but it's not particularly quick. Loco's out of wood again. Feels bad, man. Story of my life. Wait, no. What? Scout number 1 have returned safely to the city. You can disband the scouts at... Yeah, okay, go. Go, go, go. Where do you want to go? A sturdy shelter or the observatory? I don't know. Let's go ahead and send them over towards the observatory. This peculiar building must be the Arctic Observatory the Royal Society built to investigate the eternal winter. There's smoke. More people. My people. Oh god, 26 are homeless. Guys, this is not going well. We may have to restart before the game has even really started. That is not ideal. Come on, I need to collect this street. Or connect this street, rather. Remember when I was splurging on streets earlier? Can't do that anymore, man. Oh, it actually pauses when I don't do that. Someone died. Oh god. Who died? A worker. Died at a work accident. That's not great. Death of over... Oh god. Someone died because he had to overwork. What do you mean? You guys just arrived at the city. Wait, these guys just arrived at the city. I put them in the sawmill in the morning and I announced that it was gonna be a 24-hour shift. And by the evening, he already died? Even though he hadn't overworked yet? We must make sacrifice to continue. Oh my god, what is that? He just died of the idea of him having to work hard. Well, that does mean I have to assign another worker there. Luckily, I have some more. Oh god. This is not going well, guys. 19 sick people, 41 hungry people, and 25 homeless people. Not what I'd hoped for. I really did not realize that I was running out of lumber that quickly. I definitely did not have enough. Like, I don't have enough food, and I don't have enough wood. It's not great. Let's see if we can still salvage this situation. I really need to start another research though, because right now I'm really wasting my time, but I don't have enough wood to really do anything, right? Yeah, this all requires a bunch of wood. Is there anything that doesn't require wood? Nope. Everything requires a bunch of wood. Wood usually is not even that hard to get. 51 people are hungry. Oh god, guys. I feel like I'm losing. Yeah, there's not a whole lot I can change about any of this. Let's hope we can salvage this scenario, okay? Okay, here we go, here we go. I got a little bit of lumber again. Faster gathering. Does that include all of the other stuff? Employing better tools and methods. People gathering resources from coal piles, wood crates, and steel wreckages will work faster. No, we don't actually need that, right? We're not really doing that anymore. Maybe that would have been good earlier, but... You know what? I really don't have any use for any of these things right now. I know that the coal thumper and whatnot will be helpful later on, but... At this point, right, I don't know if I should really focus on that. I already feel like I need to try and level up to tier 2. Get a lot more, like I have enough coal as it is. I've got enough coal for about 3 days is what it says. I need to still make a medical post as well. How much time do I have? 2 days? 17 hours. Okay, let's try and see if we can get that one first. 25 lumber. Okay. Sawmill is done, by the way. That's great. Can I get one worker away from this and assigned right over here? Very good. Alright, so they are also gonna be going on a longer shift. My discontent bar is super high. Super high. I may actually be losing this one. Now, there's a couple of changes that I would like to make. First off, I need to be better at the resource management, right? That's one of the main things that I could easily set out to do. Alright. First off, we're gonna go ahead and make that medical post. That's gonna hopefully make life a little easier. I'm gonna have to employ 5 engineers over there. That's alright. Oh god. James, shut up! No! Alan, what are you saying? Alan, don't you dare! Okay, Alan, you're probably right. Alright. Let's get more food income. I think we really need another one of those hunters' huts. Because I don't have even remotely enough food right now to feed these people, man. Okay. So the temperature is going up. Hopefully that will, yeah, that will lower discontent quite a bit immediately.
Get to work.
Okay, great.
There's plenty to do.
We're gonna get a whole bunch of workers started over there. Any workers that are hanging out where they're not being useful? There's a couple of them over here not doing anything super important. Gonna go ahead and assign them to gathering food as well. We'll put... Nah, it's actually okay, I think. I don't really necessarily need to put any more in there. My dude has arrived at the observatory. Apparently there's more people here. Oh my god. Instead of astronomers, we are met by some of our lost people. They explained that they came here for help, but found everyone dead. The astronomers rather, continued their observations until they starved. What was so important for them? They wrote it up in their diaries. The loss of sunlight can't be explained solely by the fouling of the atmosphere by the southern volcanoes. The sun is dimming. Well, that sucks. Once again, we're gonna go ahead and escort these people to the city. Bring him. Bring him back. Alright, ideally I save up 50 lumber right now. That's exactly what we're gonna do. Okay, here we go. What I'm gonna do is research the drawing boards, which is the second tier. It's gonna take 12 hours. That's cool, we can deal with that. Right? I think we can anyway. There's still some people that can go to work right here on the coal pile. And there's also some over here that can go to work. Cool. Everyone has a task in our town. Oh, actually. Engineers. You guys should come back and start working over in the medical post instead. There's also a whole bunch of engineers going to town over here. Man, I got too many engineers. That doesn't usually happen very quickly, but... yeah, we do have a lot of engineers. I just have a very technological city, okay? What can I say? Just kind of how we roll around here in Loco Town. Well, with more people coming over, though, that's 34, right? 34 people coming over, and with 25 already being homeless, that's not ideal. I need to start making a bunch of huts. A bunch of tents. Ideally, we upgrade those tents as well, right? But guess what we need in order to make tents? Wood. Guess what I don't have? Wood. First amputation. Oh god. To save this patient's life, we had to perform an amputation. As a result, this person won't be able to work. I could go with the care house, but for now, that's really too bad for our pal that's amputated. Healthcare promise fulfilled. Okay, see? People are grateful. I'm a good guy. See? I told you I was a good guy. Other than the fact that all of you are sleeping on the street. Oh, temperature is gonna drop again soon? That's not great. Okay. We can assign a new law, by the way. You know what? How's my discontent looking right now? Pretty high. What about a fighting arena? I've got this one all figured out, boys. People are pissed off, I'll give them a fighting arena. You know, that's totally gonna work. Nothing relieves tension better than watching a few rounds of an all-out slugfest. This is basically like my version of the gladiator ring. Everything will, or evening bouts will reduce discontent. There's literally zero disadvantages to making a fighting arena. Other than the fact that you have to make one. But that's okay. Alright. 20 wood and 10 steel. Well, I didn't know about the fact that it would cost wood, but... Hey, by the way, we're just about to be maxed out on coal. Which is kinda bad, but it's alright. There we go. Putting that fighting arena down. I made 2 tents. I think I need to make about 4 more, right? If you take into account the other people that are just about to arrive. The fighting arena has been established. Hope rises. See, everyone's so happy. The scouts have returned to our city. Alright. Storage is near capacity. Yeah, so my coal right now is maxed out. I think in order to get a resource depot though, yeah, I once again need wood. You know what, maybe I just need to go ahead and construct another sawmill. I've got quite a few already, but I really need to try and get all of it, you know, harvested as soon as possible. I think I'm gonna go ahead and set one over here, and then in the end we'll have to make one more over there. Can I make one over here too? Alright. I'm probably gonna be starving in wood soon, though. That's usually how these kind of things go, right? Initially, you don't have anything, and then all of a sudden you look away for 2 seconds and you've got lumber everywhere. Now I've got too much freaking coal. Well, at the very least, that means that we won't necessarily die right now. We got that going for us. Let's go ahead and collect this one to the road as well. Once again, once that's all cleared up, we're gonna be okay. Captain, some of our people are here to talk about the lack of food. They've been hungry for days now, and they fear that soon they'll begin to starve. They want you to do something. Oh god, I can't promise. I don't have enough food. This is not going great. I'm... How many hunters' huts do I need? Do I need another one? Did I leave one space in between there? Are you kidding me, Loco? Did you really do that? I certainly hope I didn't. I don't actually know. It's hard to say right now. Discontent once again going up. Okay, people are going back from work. The scout is waiting. We can send him to the sturdy shelter or to the crash site. Crash site is closer by, so let's go ahead and send him over there. Okay, this one's currently being built. We're gonna assign a lot more people here to lumber production. Temperature's gonna drop in a few days' time, but that's okay. At the very least, while we don't have a lot of our technology anymore, we still have a way of figuring out what the temperature is gonna be a couple of days in the future. Right? That's how we roll around here. We may not look very smart, but man, we are advanced. Alright. Let's start some workers over there. And let's start some workers over there too. Perfect. We're gonna have so much lumber income, dude. It's gonna be great. People are getting very ill though. Discontent is super high. No one's eating. I'm bringing back all these people to the town, but I don't have any place for them to work, nor do I have a place for them to, like, sleep, or a place for them to, like, live their life and like, be useful. I can't feed them either. Like, I can't do very much. Well, let's hope we aren't in a terrible, terrible spot. But I've got a feeling that this is not the way we had this envisioned. Okay, drawing boards has been researched. That's good. That means I can start researching some of these higher tier things. I can do food. But the thing is, hothouses cost me one of those steam cores each. I'm a little hesitant. I don't have a lot of steam cores. Now, I know I can make an outpost later where I can use those steam cores, but I don't know if I can make an outpost already. I think I'm gonna employ more scouts. I honestly think that's the best option. That way I can scout around a lot quicker, and hopefully that means that we're gonna find more things. I like how it takes a lot of time, by the way, to you know, get a bunch of scouts out into the world. A couple of them are prohibited from working. I'm gonna go ahead and remove one of them over here and assign them over there, just because that's a little more completionist. By the way, why is this at 80% efficiency? One employee delivers 20% efficiency breakdown? Oh, because he's in treatment. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. We're not getting enough food, though. I'm really quite worried about that. I'm also really quite worried about the fact that I left like a little space right there. I don't know how I managed to do that. No, I didn't actually. No, I didn't. Okay, good. Let's get that one going. Oh, man. 53 are hungry, but less people are starving at the very least. I need more workers. I need quite a few workers, actually. Can I toggle these real quick? So I can see where everyone is hanging out. Let's go ahead and remove you guys out of there. There's a lot of workers over here too, but I only have, Alright, well, there's not a whole lot I can change about this for now. I guess a lot of them are still hanging out at these coal piles and whatnot over here, though. That's just not efficient. I do need some additional storage. So basically, because I'm currently maxed out on coal, they're not really doing anything there. Maybe I should just build one for the time being. It's pretty expensive, but pretty sure if I'm not mistaken, resource depots do not require any heat. Yeah, so I can basically just store my stuff out into the world. I can totally go ahead and produce some over here. Yeah, building here will block. Okay, that will do. So they're gonna work on that, and then we're gonna continue harvesting more and more of our coal. Getting more than enough coal at the very least, so, you know, at least we're doing something useful. Okay. More scouts has been researched. That's great. That means I can now go ahead and head on over to my little balloon. Where's my balloon? Balloon! Oh, there it is. And we can assign another group of scouts. You guys are gonna head on over to the left-hand side, okay? So basically, these guys are just gonna explore around and they're gonna try and see if maybe there's more stuff for us to gather. Got 90... Yeah, dude, I'm gonna have a lot of wood right now. It's gonna be so much wood. I was complaining about my wood earlier, right? Right now, though, my wood is all over the place. What? Trying to decide if I should make the hothouse. That's kind of the thing that I am a little bit worried about. So, hothouses, they're basically a place where they produce food continuously. A few hardy crops can be grown here, supplying up to 26 raw food per day. It's just that it costs one of those steam cores. But the one advantage that we do have, and this is... I'm calling it an advantage, and it sounds terrible, but kids can work there too. However, my initial plan was to go up to Flying Hunters, which is going to be a tier 3 upgrade. And it really does give me a pretty good setup, because it basically allows me to get a lot more stuff. I believe they get like, they have a way of like, it doesn't cost me steam cores first off, and they get like a lot more food back. And I think they can work during the daytime or something, I'm not entirely sure. Allows us to build bunkhouses, a dwelling for 10 people. Oh, this is good once the temperature drops. Ideally, I would get it right now, but... Thanks to improved medical tools and methods, people employed in the medical post will heal the sick faster. Okay. With exploration, heating. Generator power upgrade. Super helpful as well. When is the temperature dropping? Not yet, but we're probably gonna have to get that one soon. So basically, that will allow us to get more, you know... more temperature in all zones. It will cost more coal as well, obviously, to get that up and running, but should be alright. Obviously, if you do get too much wood, though, obviously we can use the charcoal kiln as well. Producing a bunch of coal from wood. I think for now. Considering I've still got a lot of ill people. A lot of ill people. I'm gonna go ahead and get the medical upgrade. Do you think I need another one of those medical posts? Why is this one not? Oh my god, it's in the wrong direction. What the heck? Alright, it's okay. You think I need another one? I've got so many ill people. Alright, there we go. Let's also build some houses, some tents, so people can once again live in a place where they can actually, you know, feel relatively safe. Okay, there we go. Do have to construct some additional roads here as well. That's fine. Now I've got lumber for days. Okay. This one does need more people to work here. That's my my food income, by the way. So I need to find one additional worker. I found out that my engineers are basically the ones gathering most of the coal. These guys went to school for years and all of a sudden their degree is worthless. Feels bad. I think I'm gonna, yeah, I'm gonna have to deassign or unassign one of them over here. And I'm gonna have to put another one of these guys over here, ideally. There we go. Because research is super important. But I have a lot of engineers now. Actually, how many engineers do I have in total? 59 engineers and 93 workers. That ratio is way off. Usually it's the other way around. Alright. Well, I think that about wraps up where we are at right now in our nice little settlement for today. I am about this close to losing. If you have any recommendations of things I should consider doing to maybe make things look up for me in the next one, let me know down below in the comment section of the video. I do feel like I've got most of this covered quite nicely though, right? Because they're gonna build a lot of these houses, which is good. I'm gonna get a lot more food income because I got more hunters. And I'm also treating a lot more ill people. Now with my third medical... Did I get a medical facility? I did, right? Yeah. Now with my third medical post finishing up. Super good. Super good. Anyways, there's so many things to do. We're gonna continue onwards in the next episode. That's kind of the nature of this game. It's like you know, it's a continuous game where you're thinking, okay, just 1 more minute. Just like 5 more minutes. Mom, just 5 more minutes and I'll go to bed. But then all of a sudden it's 4 in the morning and, you know, you find out you've been actually trying to treat your people the best you can, but accidentally in the process, everyone hates you. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button down below. And if you want to see more, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you get a notification as soon as I upload more. For now though, I want to thank you for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile, alright? And a special shout out to the Patreon supporters. Thank you guys so much for directly supporting my playthroughs. And I will see you in the next one.